Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, today we're going to look at the Tour de France, which finished on Sunday. It was the 111th edition and it started on the 29th of June in Florence, Italy, and finished on 21st of July in Nice, France. Normally it finishes on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, but due to the Olympics being held in Paris this year, it was decided it would go to Nice instead. As you can see from the route map, the tour started in Italy. It started in the home area of two of Italy's greatest ever cyclists, Gino Bartali and Fausto Coppi, who won the tour in the early 1950s. Then it moved into France, and as you can see, different stages during the weeks. There was a total of 21 stages. 8 were on flat stages for the sprinters, 4 for hilly stages, 7 mountain stages, and 2 time trials. The time trial in Nice at the end of the race was the first time that a time trial had been held at the end of the tour since 1989, when Greg LeMond beat Laurent Fignon by 8 seconds. If you want me to do a video on that tour, then drop me a message down in the comments box and I'll do one in a few weeks' time. The questions that everyone were asking at the start of the tour was Jonas Vingegaard fit enough to take on Tadej Pogacar, or would Pogacar retain his crown, win back his crown that he'd lost in the previous 2 years? Or was Remco Evenepoel, was he good enough in his debut tour to take the tour win? Also, people were asking, would this be the year that Mark Cavendish broke Eddy Merckx's 48-year-old record for the most stage wins? Mark had 34. He'd been on 34 for a few years now. His 34 are direct stage wins, where Eddy Merckx's were time trials and stage wins. But Eddy Merckx is the only rider ever to win the green jersey for the sprinters, the polka dot jersey for the best climber, and the yellow jersey for the overall classification of the tour in one tour. As you can see, the tour is sort of split into 6 different sections. There's a section for the overall leader in the yellow jersey. There's the green jersey for the points classification. There's the polka dot jersey for the person that's got a number of points in the mountains, a young rider classification, a team classification, and a combativity award that's awarded at the end of every stage to the person that the jury thinks has been the most combative during that stage. As you can see, the first stage, which was dedicated to the great Italian cyclist Marco Pantani, was run by Ramon Bardet. Ramon Bardet was one of the few riders that were riding in his last tour. Not only did he win a stage, which was a number of years since he won his last stage, he also took the first yellow jersey, and his teammate Frank van den Broek took the points jersey. The mountain classification was won by Jonas Abrahamsson of Norway, and Frank van den Broek took the yellow jersey. And he was also the combativity. As you can see, Kevin Vankelon, another Frenchman, won stage 2, but the jersey went to Tadej Pogacar, as did the green jersey went to Jonas Abrahamsson. So we had the yellow jersey and the polka dot jersey. Under tour rules, you cannot wear 2 jerseys at one time, as obviously. So he wore the green jersey, and the person that was in second place in the mountain classification wore that jersey. Remco Evenepoel, as you can see, took the white jersey, and Movistar were the leading team. Stage 3 was won by Birimian Girmay, the first Eritrean African rider to win a stage. Richard Carapaz became the first Ecuadorian to wear the yellow jersey, and Abrahamsson was still in green and in polka dots, and Evenepoel was the white jersey leader. As we move on, stage 4 was won by Tadej Pogacar. Mark Cavendish won stage 5, so at the end of stage 5, Mark Cavendish became the leading stage winner of the tour with 35 different wins. Again, the yellow jersey was held by Pogacar, and as you can see from the rest of the stages, they were run by sprinters and climbers and Tadej Pogačar was overall yellow jersey winner. Bimir Girmay was overall green jersey winner. As you can see, Tadej Pogačar was a leader of the points of the polka dot jersey, but lost out in the last few stages to Richard Carapaz. So not only did Richard Carapaz become the first Ecuadorian to wear the yellow jersey, he also became the first Ecuadorian to win a jersey, and this was the best climber, the polka dot jersey. And as you can see on stage 17, he actually became the first Ecuadorian to win a stage in the Tour. Victor Campenaerts won 18, and Tadej Pogačar won the last three, 18, 19, 20 and 21. He won 6 stages overall of the Tour. His team were the best team, and Richard Carapaz also won the most combative rider of the Tour. Stage 5, like I've just said, was won by Mark Cavendish, so therefore became the most prolific winner of stages in the Tour. In his last Tour race, and he has mentioned that it may actually be his last race, but I have heard that he's going to do 2 criteriums just after the Tour. He's not going to the Olympics, and then you can look back on his career, been the greatest rider, or one of the greatest riders that the United Kingdom have produced over the years, was knighted in the King's Birthday Honours List, and has 165 wins to his name in his long, illustrious career. Well done, Mark, for breaking the record. As you can see, the top 10 general classification was won by Tadej Pogačar, the Slovenian rider, who completed the 3,498 kilometres, or 2,174 miles, in 83 hours, 38 minutes and 56 seconds. Jonas Vingegaard, who hadn't been on a bike racing for 84 days only training prior to the start of the Tour, was a commendable 6 minutes and 17 seconds behind Pogačar, with Remco Evenepoel taking a stage and being just under 10 minutes behind. Then we've got the bigger gaps. Pogačar's teammate João Almeida was nearly 20 minutes behind. Michael Landa, who was Remco Evenepoel's teammate, was over 20 minutes behind. Adam Yates again, Tadej Pogačar's teammate, British rider, just over 24 minutes. Carlos Rodriguez, who was really the first threat to the top 3 for Ineos Grenadiers, who had a poor Tour, losing a number of riders, was over 25 minutes behind. Jonas Vingegaard's teammate Matteo Jorgensen was 26 and a half minutes behind. Israel Premnatek, Derek G, was over 27, and Santiago Buitrago of Team Bahrain Victorious was just over the 29 minutes behind. There were 141 riders that finished the Tour, that all got round the nearly 4,000 kilometres, 3,500 kilometres around France. And the very last rider was our own Mark Cavendish, who finished his very last Tour. As you can see from the first table, the points classification was won by Bimir Girmay from Eritrea, who in the end, it was close. He only had a 33-point advantage over Jesper Philipsen of Alpecin de Koenig. They both won 3 stages, but at one time, Girmay had over 70 points. The French rider of Cofidis, Brian Coquard, was 3rd, with Tadej Pogačar was 4th. Antti de Turgis, who won a stage, was the next Frenchman, and Remco Evenepoel, who finished 3rd, also finished 7th. Jonas Abrahamsson of the Norwegian, who was wearing the green jersey for a few stages, was 9th, and Jonas Vingegaard brought up 10th place. Mountains classification. Richard Carapaz, like I said, of EF Education Easy Post, the first Ecuadorian to win not only a stage but wear the yellow jersey, also won the mountain stage jersey as well. He had 127 points compared to Tadej Pogačar, who was a long time wearer of the polka dot jersey, had 102. Vingegaard was 3rd with 70 points. Matteo Jorgensen, who was Vingegaard's teammate, was 4th. Remco Evenepoel was 5th. Wilco Kelderman, another one of Vingegaard's teammates, was 6th. Oya Lacano, movie star, who was in most of the breaks on most of the days, was 7th. Jonas Abramson, who was wearing the polka dot jersey, for quite a few days, was 8th. Eric Mas 9th, and David Gaudu in 10th place. The young rider classification, Remco Evenepoel of Soudal Quickstep was the winner of that. He wore it from the 2nd or 3rd stage on. Carlos Rodriguez was 2nd at 15 minutes and 46 seconds. Then came Matteo Jorgensen, who was a teammate of Vingegaard. Santiago Petrago was in 4th place. Javier Romo of Spain was in 5th. Ilan van der Velde of Belgium, another one of Remco Evenepoel's teammates. Then Ben Healy, Jordan Jaeger, Tobias Holland Johansson, and in 10th place, our very own Oscar Onley of Great Britain, Team DSN, who was a teammate of Romain Bardet, who won the very first stage. As you look at the team classification, UAE Team Emirates took 251 hours, 36 minutes and 43 seconds collectively to circumnavigate the Tour. Visma Lease Bike, led by Jonas Vingegaard, was 2nd. Soudal Quickstep by Remco Evenepoel was in 3rd place. British team Ineos Grenadiers was 4th. American Lidl Trek were 5th. Spanish Movistar was 6th. Team Bahrain Victorious was 7th. The German Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe were 8th, who lost their team leader midway through the 2nd week. Israel Premnatech were 9th, and the American EF Education Easy Post were 10th and rounded out the top 10. So another year of the Tour de France is over. Another year where the best rider has won, and he's won it emphatically. He won 6 stages, 1 in the first week, 2 in the second week, and 3 in the third week. And ironically, he won near enough all the mountain stages that were on offer over the fortnight. Clearly the most complete rider in the Tour at the moment, but who's to say what Vingegaard could have done if he'd had more time on the bike, if he hadn't had his accident, if Remco Evenepoel hadn't been ill. These are all hypothetical questions that we'll see next year when these riders come back. So thank you for listening. If you have got this far so far, would you please like to subscribe? It is a free service by YouTube. It doesn't cost you anything. And then you get to know when I'm going to put on another new video. Give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell for all notifications. It does help the channel with you doing this. And once again, thank you very much for listening. Have a good week, and I'll speak to you again real soon. Bye for now.